Welcome to the final video in our series on the 9 ways to make next year your best year. Over the past 9 days, we've unpacked practical strategies that I believe are going to help you grow, thrive, and create a meaningful year ahead. Now, I hope you found a few tips and you're ready to put them into action over the next 12 months. But today, we're wrapping things up with our final way to make next year your best year. Number 9, start a new hobby. When life gets busy, and let's be honest, it always does, hobbies often are the first thing to go. I've experienced this myself. After navigating one of the most turbulent seasons of my life, selling a business and trying to figure out what to do next, it felt like everything was moving fast forward, and then suddenly someone hit the pause button. But it was in that time of slowdown that I discovered I didn't have any hobbies left. I had gotten too busy for them. And after picking a few of those hobbies back up, I realized how much I missed the simple joy of doing something just because I enjoyed it. And I found that hobbies aren't a nice to have. They're essential because my hobbies did a bunch of things for me, like it fueled my creativity. I'd often have new ideas that emerged as I relaxed my mind and got out of what I sometimes call serious mode. They also lighten my mental load. They give me a mental break from the responsibilities and reduce my overall stress, and they really bring me joy and balance in my life. Now, my hobbies also remind me that life isn't all about work and productivity. It's also about play and learning new things. Now, I want you to think about a time when you were fully absorbed in something that you love. Maybe it was painting or gardening or playing music or even putting together a puzzle. Time just seemed to disappear. And for those moments, your mind was fully present. That's the power of a hobby. I find it's like a reset button for my brain. The point here is that our hobbies fuel our creativity, and they lighten our mental load, and they bring a sense of balance to our lives. So, what's something you've always wanted to try, but you haven't made time for? Or what is that activity that makes you lose track of time while you're doing it? Maybe if you're like me and you do a hobby inventory, you might discover that you've grown short in them over the years. And if that's true, you might want to pick up some old ones or start some new ones. And that could be a thing that you focus on in the next year. So how can we put this into practice? Well, I think we can take 3 easy steps here. The first is to reflect on your interests and your goals. Think about what excites you or aligns with your personality. Do you want to do something active, creative, relaxing? Maybe you'd like to try something physical like hiking or learning martial arts. Or maybe it's along the lines of playing an instrument or trying out photography. This all comes down to what you find interesting. Now, the second step is you can explore some options. It'll be helpful to research some of the hobbies you're curious about. And you can do this by looking at YouTube tutorials or visiting local classes or reading beginner's guides on these specific hobbies. And the final step is to schedule time for your hobby. Treat it like an important appointment on your calendar. Even 30 minutes a week dedicated to your hobby can make a huge difference. Now, if you struggle with setting aside time, I find that it's helpful to do something that revolves around attending a class or going to a meeting, because these are things that happen routinely, and these are ways that you can learn that hobby with a group of people, and all you got to do is show up. So if you're low on hobbies, I believe you're going to see a huge difference if you find a hobby that lights you up and you make space for it in your life. Well, thank you for joining me on this journey through the 9 ways that you can make next year your best year. My hope is that you're walking away ready to start your year implementing a few of these strategies. And I hope this series has inspired you. And if it has, leave me a message in the comments. What are you going to do this year to make it your best year? I believe in you. It is going to be an amazing year ahead, and I'll see you soon.